Yeah, so Isaiah is very important, and I got lots of it underlined. Once again, I'm telling you, I'm not going against these people that when I teach on there. I'm just teaching, hey man, some of them aren't meant to teach this meat, okay? That's what it's all about. I'm not saying they're of Satan or they're going to hell. We don't know that, right? So we don't teach and we talk about that, okay? What I teach is the wrong teachings of milk, right? We need the meat, right? So that's what we're going through. So I left off in Isaiah 28:13. But the word of the Lord was unto them, precept upon precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little, that they might go and fall backwards and be broken and snared and taken. That is what we do. You need to go back sometimes to be broken because it's probably still in you. Just because he's delivered you, you think you've been delivered, doesn't mean you really have. And I went through this, okay? So I understand this. You have to give them a little here and a little there, uh, that they might go and fall backwards and be broken and snared and taken. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. That's us, okay? Scornful men, okay? I'm not scornful. I don't hate Mike. I listen to him sometimes, okay? And he does have the word of God. He just doesn't go further on. That's what I do. That's what us roughnecks are made to do, what he just said, okay? Not everybody likes what I'm saying, and not everybody takes it in the right way. But I'm telling you right now, I know Mike is of God. God showed me 4 times him in my dream, and he helped me. So you have to understand when you get so high up, sometimes you have to go into deeper meat. He doesn't teach these books a lot like I do. Okay. So, and I've taught almost all of them, and sometimes I put on someone else that teaches it. I don't teach them all because I don't know it all. So I'm still learning as what happened today with Leviathan. Leviathan is the serpent. Okay. Leviathan is a crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Okay. Uh, he shall slay the dragon in the sea. Okay, that's evil slaying evil. Okay. Because God uses the evil to slay the evil. He sends the evil on the evil and it slays the evil. Doesn't mean he's actually slaying them with a knife or a sword. I've been slayed many times by my own children, by my own mother, my own sister. But that's okay. They're the scornful. I've watched the falling away happen. Okay, the falling away is the last thing before Jesus Christ comes. The great falling away, it's called. Let's go there for a second. The great falling away in the KJV. Hold on, I'm trying to get into it. Okay. So now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, the time we are in, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Okay. I don't believe Mike's doctrine is of devils. No, he's helped me a lot in when I first came into Christ. I just believe some of it needs to be corrected, and maybe he's not the one to do it, to teach the things that I do, because he has a lot of people and he has milk people and meat people. So I can see why he doesn't. They leave my room for teaching the stuff that I'm teaching about the world's round and not flat. He's trying to get to them. So I'm not against Mike. So get it right. I'm not, right? For it is impossible for those who are once enlightened and have tasted the holy gift and were made partakers of the holy gift. We're not fully enlightened yet. Okay. When you are sitting at the table, the wedding supper of the Lamb, then you'll get the full truth, fully enlightened. Then you can't fall because then you can't come back. So that's why God is making us very strong and Jesus is making us very strong today. How does he do that? Sometimes you have to fall away. Here, Revelations 2 4 5. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee because thou hast fallen, ha, thou hast left the first love, Jesus Christ. People are asking, is Jesus real? I don't ask that. I never do. Okay. I've seen him in my dreams and I've seen the work that he does here on even on my channel. On his channel. Sorry, this ain't my channel. So let's find that great falling away. The man of perdition be removed, and then the great falling away. The man of perdition gets removed, and the great falling away happens just before Jesus comes. KJV. Ah. 2 Thessalonians 2 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That is right at the doorstep. So, how close are we? Anyways, I don't want to be scornful. I don't suggest nobody listen to Mike. If you need some more truth, Mike has a lot of it. There's just some teachings that, I question, but that's not for me to fix. I'm not trying to do that. So, because you have all said no, it's not. We're in the great falling away, and just before the man of perdition comes, that's what time we're in. Once he steps forth, he'll be able to kill again, like he did in the old time, until God took that away from him. Okay. Because there's a number of martyrs that have to be reached. Okay. And I'm been shown that I'm a martyr. The number of martyrs that have to be reached, KJV. Okay, I'm not getting it. I'm feeling a little bit sick to my stomach, okay? That's because I'm not eating. So, because you said you have made a covenant with death and with hell, are we at agreement? When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Uh-oh. There it goes again. Under falsehood have we hid ourselves from God and maybe the people. So I'm not going to go any further with that because I don't need to speak on Mike. I'm not here to destroy him, okay? And have hid ourselves. Well, I tried to hide myself from God after the thunder and in when I was in Mexico, and there wasn't a single cloud in the sky, and I was getting drunk and smoking marijuana. My wife looked over me and said, "God is talking to you," and I hid under a canvas. Okay, like Adam and did, right? So he was saying, "Where are you?" Well, I was drunk at the time. So therefore, thus saith the Lord God: Behold, I lay Zion for a foundation, a stone, Jesus Christ, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. That is Jesus Christ. He that believeth shall not make haste. Okay. Judgment I will also lay to the line, and the righteous to plummet, or to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding place. Mm, what's the water? The light waters that are going to fall on the earth are going to flow, and so are the dark overflow in the hiding places. So the evil will overflow to them that are hiding. We're not hiding. I'm out speaking loud. I'm on the rooftop yelling. Aren't we all? Shouldn't we all be? I'm not here hiding myself. So, and your covenant with death shall be disnulled, shall be gone, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. And when overflowing scourge shall pass through, then you shall be trodden down by it. Yeah. Sometimes I feel guilty, and I'm here to right now saying I feel guilty. I in no wise say that Mike is of Satan. Okay. And neither Paul Begley. Paul Begley's hasn't had his eyes open yet. And after maybe after great tribulation, or maybe after his great tribulation, he'll be opened his eyes. They're the dead that are asleep in Christ. That's what that means. So you can't put anybody in the phrase of you're going to hell, because you don't know when they will wake up fully. I haven't even woke up fully. So from the time that goeth forth, it shall take you. For the morning by morning shall it pass over, by day and by night. It shall be a vexation only to understand the report. For the bed is shorter than the man can stretch himself on it, and the curving narrowed than that he can wrap himself in it. I don't know. So, for the Lord shall rise up as a Mount Perazim, Perazim, and he shall be wroth in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. A strange is a strange act. You're doing an act that is strange to God. That's how Jesus says, I never knew you, right? Now, therefore, be not mockers, lest your bands may be made strong. For I have heard from the Lord God of the host an assumption even determined upon the whole earth. So the Lord's bringing on me saying, hey, don't try to mock people. Okay? He has his right in the Lord. His word is what he teaches of the Lord, and I believe he's of the Lord. I'm not trying to mock him. I'm correction. Okay? If he doesn't even listen, so why would I bother? He doesn't listen to me anymore. He has a few times, I believe, but not anymore. So give ye an ear and hear my voice. Hearken and hear my speech. Doeth the plowman plow all day to sow? Doeth he open and break the clods of his ground? Hearken unto his speech. Do the plowmen plow all day to sow? Well, you reap what you sow. Anyways, some things, I need to go over this part here from here, which I'm going to mark down, which I need to go over. Now I know the man with his hands on the plow is looking and looks back isn't worthy to be of God. But that means takes up his old garment. Now and again, you have to. They might go and fall backwards and be broken in a snare and taken. Now, some don't get out of that. When you're in it, you can't get out of it sometimes. Doth the plowman plow all day to sow? doth he open and break the clods of his ground? Well, we're on solid ground with Jesus. So, but the plowman is there before the sower and the seed comes, and he plows that so they could put the seed in there. He makes a place for them to put the seed in. Who's that? God and Jesus. Okay. They're the ones. And did he open and break the clods of the ground? He opened our eyes to accept that seed when that time came. And I'll tell you right now, Mike was the first seed planted into me. Okay. So when God opened my eyes, through rabbit holes, he plowed the ground ready for my seed to grow, be planted and grow. And Mike actually did the planting. He planted a seed in me of Jesus Christ. When Mike talks about Jesus, he's right on the money. Okay. He's not wrong. But when he talks about these other books, he's a little bit wrong because for some reason, okay, God showed me, but I have to leave that alone. So when he had made plain in the face thereof, doth he not cast abroad the fishes and scatter the cumin and cast in? This is different kinds. The principal wheat, the seed that grows, is that wheat that's already in you. Okay. And he appointed barley and their rye in their place. Each is of a different kind: barley, wheat, and rye. Okay. He's explaining people that do different jobs in God. That's what I'm saying. If you want to listen to Mike, man, sometimes he's right on the money. Maybe he's not meant to be the seed that you are, but that doesn't mean he's not a seed of God. That's what I'm trying to say. He has some fake teaching. I have to go and erase those two because they make me feel bad, okay? I'm not here to destroy the guy. I believe he is of God, okay? So for God doth instruct him discretion and both teach him and doth teach him. So God instructs him to teach certain things as he instructs me, and I'll even give it the thought of Paul Begley, okay? I don't know what they are of, okay? You won't know what their seed is. Don't cast pearls before swine. Do they have some wrongs? Yes, I'm trying to correct. Does it get to them? Probably not. Neat. Okay, so the fishes are not thrashed with a thrashing instrument. They're not, some of them aren't thrashed going through the threshing floor. Neither is a cartwheel turning about upon the cumin. But the fishes are beaten out with a staff and the cumin with a rod. Jesus Christ. See, there haven't been gone through, some of them haven't gone through the threshing floor. Okay. As much maybe as you or I have. And beaten with a staff, that's what Jesus does. Okay. Jesus has that rod of iron to rule us because judgment comes to the house of the Lord first. So bread corn is bruised because he will not ever be threshing it. Because he will not ever be threshing it, nor break it with the wheel or his cart, nor bruise it with his horsemen. So some will never be. God chastens who the ones he loves. Uh, Judgment comes to the house first. He rules us with a rod of iron. Some of them will never be threshed. Some of them will never be broken, nor bruised with his horsemen. Some will never go through that because they're not of God. They have it easy. They were born with money and they stay with money. Okay. Hold on. I got to get a drink. I'm dying of thirst here. So those are the ones born ungodly. They will never be thrashed. They will never go through the punishment that because we reap what we sow, that Jesus brings. Houseman judgment comes to the house of the Lord first. Who do you think's doing that? Jesus Christ. He's judging us with the rod of iron, ruling and rotting with an iron, and putting us through all these threshing floors. They don't go through that. Um, So this also cometh forth from the Lord of hosts, which is wonderful in counsel and excellent in working. He is our counsel. We don't go to counselors. We have a counselor. That's Jesus Christ. He teaches his people. Says it up there, directing and doth teach him. Okay? But people won't see that in this world. And I see the falling away happening in my family. Many have. Many have gone back to the world. They took the word, but it was too hard, and they find it easier to go back to the world. Okay, that's my son. He was telling me that yesterday. I'm just going to go. This is what I have to live on. I'm getting my tickets and I'm going back in the world. So, 29. Woe to Ariel, the city where David dwelt. And ye, year to year, let them kill sacrifices. They're still doing that when they don't need to. And he's telling them, woe, before they stopped doing it because it became a stench in his nostrils. And Jesus Christ was the last sacrifice that needed to be made. No brown cow God's going to wait on. That's deceiving. So, yet I will distress Ariel, and there shall be heaviness and sorrow, and it shall be unto me as Ariel. And I will camp against thee round about, and I will lay siege against thee with a mount, and I will raise forts against thee. That's what God's doing, is going to do to the evil. His camps, not mine. All right, guys, I just wanted to come on for a little bit. I'm not feeling very well. Okay. But let's keep going. Sorry. I need to fight through that. So on 4, and thou shalt be brought down, and shalt speak out of the ground, and thy speech shall be low out of the dust, and thy voice shall be as one that hath a familiar spirit out of the ground. Huh. What? A familiar spirit? Aren't one of these that go in inside, in and out of us? They have a familiar spirit because they're familiar with with your bloodline all the way back. They've been using us all the way to our great 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 grandfather, familiar spirit, and they're out of the ground because they're still roaming the earth and speaking through people. They're the ones when they leave the body, they're evil and they look for another body to go into someone, and they prefer someone in your family. Okay, because they're familiar with that, eh? And any speech shall whisper out of the dust. More of the multitude of the strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the terrible one shall be as chaff that passeth away. We are the wheat. Here's another reason. The wheat and the chaff have to be separated through a threshing floor of a combine. So that's the tare. The tare has to be separated from our wheat, and it's painful. Yea, it shall be as an instant suddenly. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. I've already had that. I've had a visitation and different with thunder, with earthquakes, a great noise, with a storm, tempest, and flame of devouring fire. Thou shalt be visited by the Lord when he's thundering over top of your house, and there's earthquakes and great noise and storm and tempest. That's how the Lord talks. And with the flame of devouring fire. That's not good. That sounds like that hurts. And the multitude of the nation that fight against thee, Ariel, even all the fight against her and her. I don't know what that word is. So here's what I do in that case. Hey, listen, I don't know everything. I don't understand this one. M mutation.
According to National Human Genome Research Institute, a mutation is a change in the DNA sequence of an organism.
No, that's not what it means. Um, Munition.
Here's the definition of munition: military weapons, ammunition, equipment, and stores.
Munition. Oh, ammunition. I should have known that. I couldn't read it. So even that fight against her and her ammunition, and the distress her shall be as a dream of a night vision. It shall be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. That's not us. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh. I'm a thirsty man. I've never stopped my thirst. And when he gets a dream, and behold, he drinketh. He knows what the dream is. These guys don't get dreams from God. Okay. The people of evil aren't going to get a dream from God. Okay. Because they're attached to Satan. And he is control of dreams, and Gabriel is too. So, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. They have a vicious appetite to destroy us. I don't. If I'm going up against someone, it's to try to correct them. You got to remember in here, if you want to hurt them and attack them, don't speak it. I don't want to attack Mike and hurt him. Neither Paul Begley, I cannot listen to him. Not saying that he is bringing a lot of people into Christ. So that'll cover many sins. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the segment of the other two this morning. And I got to go, guys. I'm not, I've been really tired and I can't get out of bed, guys. I'm weakened. I'm thrashed down. But I came on just to give that because I love Mike. And I love Paul Begley. I listened to him for the first 6 months, and then I learned that I need to move on. Doesn't mean he's evil. Okay. Some people are ignorant to it. Some people have pride. Some of their pride will be broken down too when they go through that great tribulation, like I've gone through. I'm almost done it, guys. I got to leave. I'm not feeling good. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. That was enough for me today, right? God bless you guys.